Okay. Hello, you all. I hope you're doing well. Today's episode is landing on 331, so we're going to call this the 331 episode. I'm trying something new here. So I've been doing this podcast called This is Ron's Life for about 22 episodes. I think I've done 22 episodes so far, and it's been great. I love doing it. I got my microphone. I do it with my microphone, put a little music in there, post it every day. I've started to post it on my Substack, which is great. And now I was thinking, why am I not putting this on YouTube? Why am I not just making a video of it and putting it on YouTube? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on YouTube starting today with today's episode. I have to tell you a little secret. I'm not good at lying, and today is Sunday that I'm recording this, but this is dropping on Monday. I don't know why. I feel like I know everybody probably records their episodes or their podcast episodes way in advance and then posts them, but I'm so not good at lying. I'm not a good liar anymore. Maybe I was in my past. Not a good liar anymore. So it just feels so weird to be like, hey, today is Monday, when it's not Monday, it's Sunday. So what I did was, so that I wasn't going to look at my phone and look at the computer and all that stuff and look at the man that just walked by outside, I thought I'd put together just some jokes and things that I wanted to talk about today. We got the quote of the day and the question of the day. Today is Monday, the 31st of March. First of all, can you believe that we are almost out of March? Like, we are there. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day. And I can't stand when people do April Fool's Day jokes. So nobody do that tomorrow. To me. Okay. I went to see these comedians, Darcy and Jer. If you don't follow them on TikTok or on Instagram, you should. They're so funny. But one of the things that was so impressive about them was that they wrote jokes out, but they also had pieces of paper to help them with their jokes. And I thought maybe I should do that too. So I wrote out a couple of jokes, and I wrote out the quote of the day and the question of the day, and I thought I would just read them, and we'll go from there and see what we do. So I made a joke about lasagna because, have I been talking about lasagna? I've been talking about making lasagna for so long that I've officially become the boy who cried lasagna. No one believes me anymore. I could be standing in the kitchen holding noodles, preheating the oven, making direct eye contact with someone, and they'd still be like, sure on. Just like last time. At this point, I could invite people over for dinner and they'd stop on the way just to pick something up real to eat. Honestly, I get it. I totally get it because I've done this too many times. I'm making lasagna tonight, cut to 8 hours later, me eating a bowl of cereal, telling myself I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and suddenly I have a really strong opinion on why lasagna is a Sunday meal, and today is definitely not Sunday. Today is Sunday, but tomorrow will be Monday, so this joke works on a Monday. I become such a fraud that if I actually do make the lasagna, no one will believe me. Like, I'll post a picture of it, and people will be like, nice try, stock photo guy. We're on to you. At this point, if I actually make it, I expect a parade, or at least a quarter of a Michelin star. The truth is that it is Sunday, and I got all the stuff from the store, and my goal is to make the lasagna, and that's what I hope to do today. But we'll see. All right, here's the next thing. I want to talk about invisibility at meetings. Do you ever feel like you're just completely invisible at meetings? Like, I'll say something clear as day, and then 2 seconds later, someone will say the exact same thing like it was their idea. And suddenly, everybody's nodding like they've just discovered fire. At this point, I'm thinking maybe I am a ghost. Did I die and no one told me? Do I need to start knocking over coffee cups and flickering the lights just to get noticed? Do you ever have that happen to you when you're like in a meeting and you say something, but then somebody else says the same thing and you're just feeling, did I say that? So yesterday we went to brunch and I went to the bathroom and I checked my pulse at brunch and it was 145. It was 145. It wasn't at 145. It was 145. Do you know how terrifying it is to check your heart rate and realize your heart is working harder than you are? Like, I'm just sitting there peacefully eating a grilled ham and cheese and drinking a Tito soda with a lime before noon. So much for heart-healthy brunch options. My sandwich came with the side of cardiac aerobics. I didn't realize that ordering a vodka soda came with a side of fight or flight. My Apple Watch was like, sit down, but I already was. My watch started sending my emergency contact a farewell message. My contact was actually sitting right next to me. Talk about being a drama queen. The whole thing scared me so much that I actually went on my first walk in 2 weeks. My Apple Watch probably thought it was being pranked, from brunch cardiac arrest to actual exercise in the same day. I was literally sitting on the toilet at brunch yesterday, and I could feel, you know how you can feel your heart racing in your head? I could feel my heart racing in my head. And so I decided to get my Apple Watch out and take my pulse. It said it was 71 a couple minutes ago, which is great. So I took my Apple Watch out to take my pulse, and it said it was 145. And I was like, am I dying? What is going on? This has happened to me a lot lately. I feel like maybe I just need to not drink anymore. Maybe it was the Tito soda. I definitely need to do more exercise. I haven't been exercising because I had that surgery, so I just haven't been exercising, but I really need to get back into that. But it is scary when you're sitting there and your pulse went to 145. And I think what scared me the most about it was because when this all started happening with my surgery and my pulse and things like that, I had to go to the emergency room and they couldn't get my pulse down past 120. And they said that I had sepsis. And as I'm sure you know, sepsis is a very scary thing. That's why the pulse thing really scares me sometimes. All right, back to another joke. And then we're going to move on to the question of the day and the quote of the day. Being a plant father is tough. I should show you Den Den. Den Den is behind me, but I'm not going to. Being a plant father is tough. Give them just a little bit of water, and suddenly it's like Plant Protective Services are knocking on your door. I'm supposed to drink a gallon of water a day, but if I gave that much water to my plant child, it'd be game over. I've started to give my plants less water. My plants. I have one plant. I've started to give my one plant less water and tell him it's character building. I don't know if it's him. It could be them, they. I do have another funny story that I should tell you. Yesterday we were at the store and there was this boy in a cart. I think it was a boy. I hope I'm not misgendering him. There was this boy that was shopping with his mom and he was in the grocery cart. He was in the grocery cart. And my husband was waiting for me because I was getting some onions, and he said to my husband, "Are you a he?" And I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And they started talking, and it was great. The mom said that they had been talking a lot about, there's been a lot of gender discussions lately, which, I don't know. Something about it just felt so good, and I just loved hearing about that. Okay, let's move to the question of the day. The question of the day today is, what is one thing you quit that you wish you hadn't? I've quit a lot of things, but I've also succeeded at a lot of things. Like I went to culinary school and I was successful with that, so that was great. That was a big success. But the one thing that I quit that I wish I hadn't was, I'm going to say two. It was singing. When my voice changed when I was in junior high or middle school or whatever it was, I stopped singing because I was embarrassed. And I wish that I hadn't have done that because I love singing. I sing in the shower, I sing in the car, I sing everywhere. But I am also worried because I'm nasally, so I don't know. And the clarinet. Because I often wonder what my life would have been like. When I was a kid, I was taking clarinet lessons with this clarinet player. We were living on Long Island, and he played for Broadway shows. He played at Broadway shows. And I just wonder what my life would have been like if I had been a musician like that and I was playing on Broadway shows now. The quote of the day comes from Oscar Wilde, and the quote is, "I'm not young enough to know everything." I love that. I love that quote because When you're young, you feel like you know everything. And when you're older, you feel like you know nothing. You realize that you know nothing. That's a confidence thing, I think. And I wish that I had that level of confidence. But I love that because it's so true. All right. We talked about a lot today. I think this format feels really good to me. So I like the jokes. We'll do the jokes. I think that life is just so funny. And I would love to, if I have a traumatic thing happen or just anything happen, the post thing could have been something serious, but it wasn't. But if I have something like that happen, I want to write a joke about it because if you're not laughing, you're crying. I say that all the time. Okay. If you want to email me, you can email me at thisisronslife@gmail.com. If you want to leave me a message, I'll put links in the show notes. I don't know how to do that on YouTube, but thanks for being here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.